Giselle Pelicot is back in court today. And the reason she's back in court is because one of the 50 men that was convicted for raping her is appealing against his conviction. Now, one of the things about the French legal system is that you don't really need any legal basis for an appeal. So, like either judicial mishappenings or things that weren't followed properly, or you've got new evidence, or some sort of legal technicality. This is something that anyone can just say, I want to have another go and put the victim through that all over again. As a consequence of this, there were actually 17 men who had taken up this opportunity, shall I say, and they've been whittling down, basically dropping out, and he's the only one left. And one of the things that he says is the whole idea of him being a rapist weighs heavily on him, and he doesn't like that sort of description, which is absolute nonsense because you are a rapist and that's why you're doing time for it. So sit with that, and it should weigh heavy on you. But one of the other things that he says is that it was his primary belief that Giselle was taking part in some sort of fantasy that her and her husband had both pulled together, and in his eyes that is not rape, which is again absolute nonsense. Because look, let's flip the script on this guy and say, look, if your wife, who by the way, on the night he went to rape Giselle, he just told her he's popping out for a bit, he'll be back. If his wife had drugged him and invited other men to have sex with him whilst he was completely comatose, incapacitated, I bet he wouldn't have a vague understanding of what consent is.